Okay, let's get into the drama. Because I started with the London Book Fair, and I mentioned that at the book fair, St. Martin's Publishing secured US rights to 4 novels by Jay Kristoff. So let's just get into the Jay Kristoff. First of all, I do want to mention that there is a content creator on YouTube. Her name is Jess Owens. I will be including a link in the video's description after the live to Jess Owens's page, and specifically her video where she really breaks down just Jay Kristoff and just everything that is problematic with this author, from cultural appropriation to cultural appropriation, anti-Semitism, things with their co-authors, and just all the things. I mean, Francesca, I know you know some of this history. Let's get into the Jay Kristoff.
I mean, oh my God, he's had history for years and years and years and years. And I feel like it never hurts his career, because every time there's a new issue, all of the old stuff comes up and he still gets a 4-book deal. So like he's living his best life and everything is fine. I actually had I had gotten an arc of one of those controversial books with a lot of the anti-Semite tropes in them. It was Nevernight. I had gotten an arc of that book, and I hated the writing so much that I didn't even get to the problematic stuff. So that wasn't even in my review. I was just like killing all of the things that I didn't like about how pretentious the writing was and like all of these things. And then you start to hear about some of these other things that were included in it, which were terribly problematic. And I feel like he just always skates by, and then there's a new drama that comes up, and then again he gets the sales, he gets the contracts, and people still buy the books. I don't know if people still buy the books because they don't know about the drama, but I actually feel that they do know about the drama, because again, this drama is always recycled, and even as the drama gets recycled, he hits the bestseller list. So
yeah, I mean, if you are watching and you're not familiar, again, I will include a link to the video by Jess Owens. But the book in question, because I watched her video, the book with all the anti-Semitism in there is Wicked Saints. I'm not gonna, like refresh what she had said, but basically, again, if you watch her video, she breaks it down by line. She also got messages from readers who watch her videos and follow her and saying, hey, yeah, I read this. This is why it's problematic, especially in the case of the DM she got. That person was Jewish. So they were sharing like, this is a problem. These are the tropes. This is not okay. But here's my thing on problematic authors. And I'm just going to say this because we've been covering some of these problematic authors ourselves during our gossip sessions live. Reason for you to come watch every other Monday. But it goes back to what I was saying about virtue signaling on the Amazon of it all. People are going to say what they're going to say. But again, who's going to check them at home? They're buying the books, they're reading the books. I remember, what was her name again? Janine Cummings, when her book came out. Listen, I will be the first to say, I read the book, I read an early copy, and I was writing a review about it. I was saying, man, this was good, this was good, this was good. And then people explained to me why it wasn't good. Because at that point, honestly, I really didn't understand all the tension, like with the southern border and stuff like that. Because I remember it was like early in me moving here. It really was. I was probably living here for like 2 years at that point. And some folks reached out to me and they were telling me about, why it's problematic. I was like, oh, damn. So then I updated my thing. And I just remember seeing week after week it being on a bestseller list, bestseller list, bestseller list. I had people in my real life telling me they're reading the books. I'm like, y'all didn't hear about this? And they're like, no. So people in my real life had no clues, but they were just reading the book anyway. So I'm just saying, I think he is problematic, but he will forever, and not just him, all other problematic authors will forever just get these book deals anyway. Yeah. But we want to hear from you. Let us know in the chat. I mean, do you read this author's books? Do you think it's problematic? Maybe you think it's cancel culture. I don't know. But that's also another thing. I don't think cancel culture is real.
No. Also, I think a point to what you were saying about your friends is that for us that are in the bookish online space, we feel like, oh, this drama and this thing is all over and everybody knows about it. But the book online community is actually so small in terms of like the actual reading community, like who's buying books. So I feel like we may think that something is really a big deal, but at the end of the day, not a lot of people know about it because people are just going to a bookstore or ordering something on Amazon because they just browse what's on the bestseller list or however they pick their books, but they're not part of any online community. And that's the majority of readers. So they will never know about any of these things. And they're just going to continue reading whatever either A is popular in its hitting list or whatever they find interesting. I mean, personally, I don't think Jay Kristoff's writing is good in general. So that would be a reason not to pick it up. But he's still out there doing his thing. So yeah, nobody ever gets canceled.
I don't think so, but let us know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think authors get cancelled for real, for real? I mean, again, I don't think so. I think things happen, but then it goes quiet and then it will pop back up. So yes, maybe for a brief minute, like it has people reworking things and redoing things, but I promise it will come back around. It will come back around.